Let's take a look at a new Victorinox INOX watch. Big thanks to David over at the Cranston location with Saltzmans watches in Rhode Island. There's all the information. I'll put it in the description too, so you can just click that and call David or email him. Or I will put a direct link to this watch from their website, and you can use my code at checkout to get yourself a little bit of a deal. So this guy here, look at the hang tag. It's a 242019. I prefer really cool names for watches. Like this could be the stainless steel, guilloche dial. So, I don't know, something better, something a little more sexy, I guess. I don't know. It's $1,200 is the retail price. Don't worry about that. You're not going to pay that. David's going to take care of you. Tell David I sent you. You'll be all set. If you're not familiar with Victorinox, they make the best EDC. This is literally, I have like a few of these. I think these are called the mini champs. There's a bunch of different knives in their lineup, but these 58mm ones, these are, my opinion based on facts, the best EDC blade that you can just put in your pocket. Has a pen. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I'm never going to use the pen. You're wrong. You will use this pen a lot. Just like if you buy this watch, you will use it a lot. Or you might be a watch obsessive like me and you have like whatever, hundreds of watches, and this just gets put in rotation. You don't wear it a lot, but you still really enjoy it when you do. That could be the case too. Let's get into this thing. Of course, stainless steel, INOX, right? But it's quite different than some of the ones I've had on the channel in prior episodes. This looks familiar, but completely different, if that makes sense. The case, I measure the case at 41.75mm. That's from here to here. The lug to lug is pretty long at 52mm. The thickness, though, thin. Because these, when they first came out, they were pretty thick boys. This thing's 12, just over 12mm thick. Look, we have it right there. I just noticed that. There's little Easter eggs kind of on this thing. 200 meter, 660 feet. So it is a nice water depth rating on this thing. You have a 21mm opening here. That used to bug me, those weird sizes, 19, 21, stuff like that. But you can find 21mm straps. Of course, you can pick up the Victorinox one. You could just wear it on the stainless steel bracelet that it comes with, which is great already. Not a huge fan of butterfly clasp, but they did this one a little different. Before I do that, I'm going to forget if I don't mention it now. The crown is a screw down crown. It is 7.5mm and it is signed. Now, let's go back to this clasp. So you do have to fold it over in this order. Because, well, actually, technically you don't. You could go in either order. But at the end, when you're done with all that, it also has a keeper. So an extra level of security with that. So if you needed that, it definitely has it. I would much rather, for a watch like this, just prefer a fold over. It does have quick release spring bars. I think I showed that in the unboxing, but you push this little button here and it slides. Trust me, it does slide right out. It slides right out. So strap changes are going to be easy based on that nice little feature right there. And it locks back into place. Give it a nice little tug. Not too hard, but make sure it's secure. It's good. The movement inside. I took a closer look at it, which you also can take a close look at it. I'm pretty sure it's a Sellita SW200. Looks like there's a little red movement keeper in there. It is an ISO certification for a shock resistant too. And that's probably part of it, is that red resin keeper in there. You have a Swiss Army knife etched into the glass on the back. They are the original maker of Swiss Army knives, but you do have that nice automatic movement in there, because you could originally, when these came out, they were mostly quartz, but then you could get some autos. And if you take a closer look at the dial, nice texturing to it. You have that fixed scalloped bezel, little red triangle there pointing towards the crown. And then you have nice applied markers. Looks like those are applied actually into the chapter. Framed date window at the 3 o'clock. And a very interesting handset because they're blocky, they're squared off, but then they're skeletonized to reveal little pointers. So interesting way to do handset. Let's pop it on my 7¼ inch wrist. As I'm doing that, I don't typically, when I'm doing videos for like Saltzmans in this case, I don't typically show some other watches unless they provide them. But I'm going to show you next to a Seiko Shogun. Just, I thought it was kind of roughly about the same size. I thought that was pretty cool. So something to have a nice little comparison. Similar price points too. But with the Victorinox, you get that full Swiss-made movement and structure and everything. Here it is on wrist. That longer lug to lug at 52 is already pushing the max of my wrist size. And then the center or the end links are kind of pushing it out even a little bit further. It works on my 7¼ inch wrist. I can pull it off. But if you have a wrist smaller than mine, you might want to look at a strap option for this watch versus the bracelet, just because of that, the way that end link architecture is. Now let's give this thing a quick blast with the UV light. Oh, that's cool. They did their little Victorinox shield up there, loomed out too. Nice healthy lume. I'll even put it up next to the Seiko. Check that out. It's as equal as the Seiko is. And Seiko usually sets the bar pretty high for lume. So well done, Victorinox. And again, big thanks to Saltzmans. Tell them I sent you. I'll see you on the next video.